Hello everybody, welcome back to another Tombokai tutorial. My name is Sensei Carlos. In today's tutorial, what we're going to be doing is having a little bit of a conversation on finding a place to train. So when you're looking for a place to train, people tend to fall into certain categories. The first and most common category is trying to find a place for your child to train, or your nephew or your niece or your godchild. The easiest way for that is to find somebody that already trains and get a referral. So have them go in with a friend. Usually most schools do buddy days. That's definitely one great way to kind of get in. You'll already have a sense of the instructor, of the school, the approach. So that's great. The second way is through signage or through a sign, something that you see. So you're driving by and you see a school and you walk in. The advantage that you people have now, I started in '88, so I didn't have Google. I highly recommend that you do a Google search on any instructor at any school that you're interested in training in, okay? The martial arts, I've owned schools before, is unregulated. So you can have a criminal record, you can have whatever kind of record, and you can open up a school. So you need to do some sort of background check. You're entrusting your children to these people, and you really do want to know what their background is, what their story is. So if they opened a school in Texas and now they're in Alaska, you want to know what happened in Texas. If they're in Minnesota and they're opening a school in New York, you want to know what happened in Minnesota. So you want to be very consistent in following up with the bio of this instructor. Secondly, there are students that have been with me for years and now they go off to college. So this isn't really a time to take a break. This is an opportunity for you to branch out. Most universities or colleges have clubs. So you graduate, most of the time kids have junior black belts or brown belts or whatever rank it is. You go to college and you can pursue some martial arts training in your clubs or universities. Great way to follow up, great way to train, but do not skip the part of following up on finding out who your instructor is, okay? That is always going to be a given regardless of what category you fall in. Always do your research on your instructor. Finally, you're an adult and you're looking to start. You've never trained before. Things to keep in mind are your injuries and your age. Anyone can do anything if you put your mind to it, but some arts are a little more adaptive or easier to adapt to people with certain injuries. Knee injuries, back injuries, hip injuries. You can do arts that require less kicking. If you're a little younger and you feel good and you want to maybe do some competition, I can highly recommend the Taekwondos and the Muay Thais all day long. But again, what is your purpose as a person that's never trained before and is looking to find a school? You can look for self-defense, you can look for art. What's the difference? If I'm looking for self-defense, what I learn in class has to be able to be adapted into the street with as little of a curve as possible. So you tend to see schools that focus on self-defense not have much kata and very, very little technique. It's just a lot of drilling scenarios. I'm kind of in the middle. We don't really use forms, but we do use combinations, techniques to be able to develop the skills as drills to be able to learn self-defense, okay? Another category, and the final category, is if you're already training and you're looking to expand your training. Why are you looking to expand your training and what do you do, okay? If you're looking to expand your training and go from self-defense, or you kind of like competition to competition, what kind of competition do you want to do? My coach here does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA competitions. They're fantastic. If you want to do strictly kicking, you can do Taekwondo. You can do Savate. You can do kickboxing. There are so many options you can do and pursue if that's what you want to do and compete. You can also compete in Judo, which I am a gigantic fan of, and Sport Jiu-Jitsu, which I don't really do. So there's different ways for you to be able to express yourself through the martial arts, which goes back to the Bruce Lee saying about martial arts being an opportunity for you to self-express yourself. So who you are inside can be demonstrated through your training, okay? So just, like I said, be really conscious of and studious. Look up your training. Don't just listen to your instructor. If there are books on the subject, look up the books on the subject. If they're experts on the subject, your instructor doesn't know everything. So feel free to look on the internet. YouTube is a great source. I try, but there's so many other people that do the same thing on a higher level, on a higher quality level, that I watch those videos. So always make sure, get a sense of the instructor, get a sense of what you want to do, and really try to be part, because when you do find a really good school, you're going to be part of a wonderful, wonderful community. And that small community, whether it be a big school or a small school, is attached to all of the martial arts. Because as a martial artist myself and as an instructor, I consider every martial artist a brother and a sister, and every person as a Buddhist, every person as a brother and a sister. So this is just truly an extension of who I am in terms of my personal jiu-jitsu. And I wish you all the best and all the luck in pursuing and finding a place for you to train yourself. Okay? Work on that.